welcome to a rare Friday edition of the show with Mike and T-Roy. Hello, T.
Hey, buddy.
How are you?
Good. It's back-to-back Fridays.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a little hiccup yesterday.
Yeah.
Timing-wise, T had to get going, and I wasn't quite ready, so we pushed it off till today, which is all right.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It all just goes in the can anyway.
Yeah, it's the beauty of doing your own thing from your own studio. You can just fire it up whenever you want.
Right.
You look good. You got some sun.
Thank you. Yeah, a little burnt, actually. I was on the roof yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that made for a long day.
What was going on the roof?
Rooftop units. Yeah.
Rooftop units. What does that
Air
entail?
conditioning, heaters, exhaust fans.
You got to do
like
the
that.
electrical of all of them?
Yep. Yep, at some point. Hey, it's better than doing the dead ass of winter.
Are water heaters hard to install?
Depends. Are you asking me to
Yeah.
put one in?
No.
Okay.
Not necessarily. But if I get one, is that something we could install? Because I was looking into it a little bit because that thing's like from '91,
Yeah.
and I'm just worried
Yeah.
whatever. But in my very, very limited research, it looks like you can get one for $900 or something.
Yeah, they're
or
not that
less.
big a deal. It's just reconnecting.
But
it's
then
generally tit for tat.
But
It's not
dude,
that complicated.
they'll charge you $1,800 to install it. It's like double or more.
I know. You see
And
how
it's
much
like-
my time's worth?
Yeah. No, I do, but I know this is our house, our shit, and so I don't know if it's like, oh no, here's why it's double. It's really complicated. It's really tricky.
No.
But I don't have the first clue, so I don't know if
It's
that's
generally
something.
not that difficult, no.
No.
I mean, in a perfect world, it's just tit for tat. You just take out the old, put the new one in, reconnect it.
I know they have all kinds of.
But there's
shit, like
we'll look into
tankless
that
now,
exactly.
and
Yeah, that's the new wave. It's tankless and stuff. So
I don't know
where
what
you
that
go.
means, but
It's just instead of storing, you have a giant 50-gallon or whatever water heater that constantly keeps that 50 gallons of water hot at all
Right.
times, but you're not using it 99% of the time.
Right,
You know,
right.
so it's just sitting there keeping it hot all the time.
Yeah.
Whereas this just has a system that heats it on demand instantly. So
Oh,
as
wow.
water, as you need it, it's on demand. It flows through this thing, heats it up real quick, and then sends it out. So you're only heating it. It's a lot more efficient.
oh, okay.
Is what it is.
Oh, that sounds
It's-
way worth it.
It's just like anything else, though. It's more expensive on the front end, but the buyback on it.
Is
know,
way better.
yeah.
I was talking to G yesterday, and he's got Amanda, the warden's mom, has a unit that they helped her with. Put it, paint job, just basic shit, all over, and they're thinking about selling it. She's got a dog now, and they need a yard and that kind of thing. Anyway, it's a long story, but they had a water heater unit there that was about as old as ours, and it apparently started leaking and then turned into a whole fucking ordeal.
Yeah.
Like with insurance companies and new paint jobs and carpet and like all kinds of shit. And it was like,
So should we get that thing to leak?
yeah, right. Just pop a little hole in
Thin
it.
hole in there?
Yeah. So G was asking me, he's like, you think you and Troy could do it? And I'm like, I have no idea what's involved, and Troy's not dying to do extra work, but we can discuss it. Probably not best on air, but whatever.
Too late now.
Yeah, too late now. But that's why it came up, and I hadn't thought about it because I know it's like we're sitting on a ticking time bomb. That's all there is to it. When
Yeah.
it's like, I think there's like a Sharpie like date on there. Oh, it was serviced at da-da-da. And I think there's an install date. I want to say it was 91.
Yeah. I think they got about 20 years. I mean, they rust out and shit,
Yeah.
But
The
they're
other
just- they're not
problem
that
in there
efficient.
is there's no drain in that laundry room area. There's literally no floor drain. So if something happens, it just leaks into it turns into a whole thing. So anyways, discussion for another day. Anyways,
Yeah.
You getting excited for this weekend, going to see Mama?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Super excited.
I'm excited. My mom's coming home. I guess next week I got to pick them up at the airport.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Just missing Mother's Day.
yeah. And I would normally send flowers out to California.
Waste
but
of time now.
Waste of it. Yeah. Because she really does enjoy flowers. And a lot of times I'll get her shit and she'll plant them in the yard.
Hey, pro tip here.
Yeah.
Moomer, turn this off. Don't listen to the spark.
Yeah.
Go to the house and get something nice.
I
and
thought
have
about
it sitting
doing
there
something like
waiting
that.
there. So
Yeah.
when she walks in, it's already there. Like sitting there, that's fucking.
It's
That's
the
dope.
only problem is that it's a hell of a drive over there and back. So
Yeah.
it's like maybe I just put it in
Nothing's
the
too
car.
good for your mom.
No. But I figure it's better just to put it in the car, and then when we get there, it's like, hey, happy Mother's Day. But maybe that's the way to go this weekend. Just drive over there and So, or at least a couple days before. Whatever.
Besides, don't you have to go over there and pick up the fucking turds in the yard before Bob gets home?
Right. Yeah, probably. I'll just blame it on another dog.
Yeah.
Say, no, there's a random asshole dog in the neighborhood, and I don't know what to tell you.
It was
about.
that crazy raccoon they killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, shitting everywhere before he died. That's why we had to put it down.
Yeah. Anyway, well, give your mom my best. I love your mom.
I will. I'll tell her happy birthday for you.
Yeah, happy birthday for sure, and happy Mother's Day. I love how your mom's birthday always falls on Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Christmas,
everything,
Halloween,
all the holidays.
Yeah, it's great.
Very convenient.
It's
very convenient.
Yeah. So,
Excited. Going to Bongies for dinner.
Bongies. Yeah. I've heard so much about Bongies. I've never been.
Nobody knows what the hell it is, but it's fucking
That's
fantastic.
the one out in the field, like in a barn.
Nowhere,
yeah, and the food's just to die for. I gotta go there.
Yeah.
I want to check that out.
It's legit as fuck.
Yeah, yeah. What are they famous for? Their soup or something?
I love they have a tomato soup that's awesome.
It just seems so like they've got a water that's amazing. Like tomato soup seems so random.
Yeah, well, a good one. You know a good one when you
really?
Yeah, fuck yeah. But no, pork tenderloin. Indianapolis, like it's an Indiana thing. Tenderloin, like tenderloin sandwich, pork tenderloin stuff.
Yeah.
Like big and pounded out and fried and shit.
Yeah.
You don't get that around here.
Really?
Have you ever seen really pork tenderloin sandwich?
No, but I don't know that I'd order it. Maybe I would there if that's their specialty.
I mean, it is what it is. It's not, theirs is great. A lot of places have it down there. It's an Indiana thing. I mean, at least maybe it's more southern than that. But like I said, you don't get them around here anywhere.
Yeah.
Nobody really has it.
Once again, T-Roy's going in Diana.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say we're Prince Charles. Well, he was Prince Charles then, but now he's King Charles.
King Charles.
Yeah, like a spaniel.
Yeah, the coronation of the king. Well.
Yeah, the artist formerly known as Prince.
Yeah. Lot going on in the world. I'm not going to spend too much time on the border. It's a colossal fuck show.
Who could have possibly seen that coming?
Yeah, everybody. But nobody wants to discuss that. Let's just ignore that. It's just I think it's just a right-wing talking point at this point. It's a conspiracy theory.
I saw a great clip of Biden when he was younger and had his
Aren't those
faculties.
hilarious?
Yeah, just, about fucking strengthening the border and all this shit.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I used
Can you
to
spell oxymoron?
I used to pull clips of Schumer saying it, Hillary saying it, Bill saying it, Obama saying it, Biden saying it, like
Human is illegal,
succeeding.
Michael.
No. Except the 6.5 million that showed up on the doorstep here over the last year and a half. Awesome. What could possibly go wrong?
I have no idea. I mean, seems great. Let's make sure they get their...
Again, I think they're misreading this. I think those people are not going to be all fucking super woke. They're not. I know you think they're all joining your team, and Democrats see this as like a win. We'll just have all these fucking millions of people in, then we'll worry about how to get them to vote.
Yeah.
They're not going to go along
the
with
Latinx community, as far as I know, tends to be a very
religious
bunch. Yeah.
I think you're very wrong in your estimates about them being like all on board with your fucking ideologies and your cult-like bullshit with drag queen shows and for their children. I don't think they're going to be on board with that. I just don't.
Yeah.
And the fun part is they're not going to be as nuanced as Americans are now. Americans are trained to not say anything offensive, for God forbid someone get their feelings hurt. So they're just going to say it like it is, and they're not going to be as nuanced in saying that.
Oh, well, I'm starting to like them more.
Yeah. That's what you're going to find.
They're going to say it like it is. You're not going to be able to understand them, but they're going to tell you like it is.
So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. I'm glad we're as far north as you can get.
Just about, yeah.
Yeah. The Marine vet accused of killing Jordan Neely has turned himself in.
Well, I don't think he's accused of it. I think he did kill him.
Yeah, I think he did too.
I think that's probably. I mean, the video speaks for itself. I think.
Not necessarily having a problem with that.
No. I'm just, you know,
There's not a lot of debate.
Accused, right? Exactly. Whether it was intent murder or what.
Daniel Penny turned himself in to New York City police this morning after learning that he would face a second-degree manslaughter charge over the death of Jordan Neely. Neely, homeless man with over 40 arrests. I believe it was 42.
Now, wait. Now they obviously had him in custody at some point for questioning and all
equity
that, right?
though. We got to get him right back on the streets.
Well, I mean, I guess I don't think that fits the same narrative, but. Why would you, if you were going to press charges on someone, then why would you let them go and then go back and press charges?
Oh, that's a great question.
Okay.
And the reason for that and this is sort of new in this country, but it's something
Blowback, perhaps.
you're going to see a lot more of, and you need to get used to it. It's called mob rule. So when people take to the streets and protest, something they might not know very, very little about, when they pretend to give a shit about someone they never gave a shit about before, as he stumbled through society being a menace and a degenerate for decades, when you never gave a fuck about him then, pretending to care about him now will get a stupid DA in New York to then come back and try to press charges.
Yeah.
So,
Which I'm surprised with. It's Bragg, right?
yeah.
Which I'm sure he didn't. I'm surprised it took that long, that he just couldn't wait to just start listing charges.
I don't like mob rule in any of these instances. Now, if you want to see mob rule go in the other direction, I would say if you believe you have a case of criminal activity, fine. So the Boghetta employee, the Boghetta employee, when he stabbed that guy to death and they threw him in Rikers on that Thursday, and trying to charge him with second-degree murder or whatever it was, there was a mob reaction to that. Rightly so. That was bullshit. But in that instance, I don't like mob rule making that decision either. Like, if you think you have a case, DA, then make your case. It doesn't matter what a bunch of protesters on Fifth Avenue think. Yeah. It doesn't.
It's not like there was any, new evidence that came out of the investigation, something that's come to light that changed the circumstances. You had all the evidence was there at the time. Nothing has changed in the circumstances except the temperature of the room.
Right.
So, and you
people
got,
on the streets.
You got Horseface, screaming that it's murder and
murder, execution, murder, and lynching.
Oh, that
she declared all three.
Oh, that
of
was
those.
a lynching too.
That was a lynching.
Okay, good.
And murder, and if that
I
wasn't
guess
enough,
technically
execution.
by definition, we looked that up. That is technically a lynching.
Yeah.
That's,
it's also technically
being judge, jury, and executioner.
If we're going by the letter of the law, like if we're going to do that technicality speaking, okay, it's lynching. You know what else it is on a technical basis? Is a clear example of fuck around and find out.
Oh, indeed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's about as clear cut an example of fuck around and find out as you can get.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you now? This is a tough question, T. I'm going to pose to you, and there is a politically correct response, and then there's the real response. So you can go whichever way you want with this question.
Okay.
And you can go the politically savvy way, and choose your words very carefully, or you can just be, your response can be what it is. Are there human beings that exist that you think you're better than?
Yes.
Okay, that's not the politically correct answer.
I don't give a shit.
Right.
Yeah.
And I love that about you.
Yeah.
I was thinking
absolutely.
long and hard about this.
Well, people that rob, steal, cheat, kill, fuck people over.
Yeah.
I am better than those people.
Okay.
I am. I don't give a shit.
Gray area, though. I mean, have we cheated or cut lines, so to speak?
Yes.
At times.
Yes.
Does that make us less than
there are people,
some uber Christian who never breaks a law?
There are people that are better than me.
Okay. All right.
That's how I will defend my statement.
Do you think?
Which would mean that there is someone somewhere that is the biggest piece of shit.
Yeah, that guy exists.
Just like the worst doctor.
Yeah.
The
worst lawyer.
There is somewhere on this planet the worst piece of shit, the biggest piece of shit on the planet. Can you
imagine being the world's number one? That guy should get a reality show.
Yeah.
Like, if we could identify the world's biggest pile of shit.
How boring do you think the world's best person is?
Horribly boring.
You would have said it was like the Dalai Lama until he started trying to suck a kid's tongue and shit. You know what I mean? Now I don't even know what the fuck to think.
Yeah, I know Mother Teresa or
She gone.
The current standing, I don't know. I don't know who that would be. Now, I'm not
Pope
saying
Frank.
When you're talking about, do I think I'm better than certain aspects of society? I would agree with you. Yeah. Glenn, not very politically correct.
No, it's not.
But
and this is on an individual basis, not any sort of a genre basis. This is people on a one-to-one basis. Am I better than that person?
Yeah.
Individuals.
So you're taking race out of it, sexual identity out of it.
Yeah. There's pieces
male,
of shit
female.
in every corner of the world.
Yeah. So when I say something like that, it's like, oh, you think you're better than someone with special needs. Well, no, I don't.
I didn't say that.
Maybe I might be more capable
Right.
than
Better
someone
at,
with
like,
special needs.
basketball, maybe. But,
Yeah, exactly.
Better human being. No.
Someone's missing their legs it might not make me better than them, except at stuff like layups or, jumping, running. I might be more capable of them in that respect. Now,
standing.
Yeah.
You're a better stander.
I'm a way better stander.
Definitely, yeah.
Absolutely, I am. And I say that with great pride, honestly. It's
just
I'm
facts.
dealt. Look, the cards have been dealt. We were lucky to be born in this country, but it doesn't mean we have to ignore everything else and act like it doesn't exist. Now, when I talk about being better than certain people, for whatever reason they got to where they are, do you feel like maybe you might be a better person when you walk by a homeless encampment and you see a bunch of fucking people piled in sleeping bags on the street corner? Now, I know that's not as relevant here.
No, I mean,
but you've seen the video.
That's a broad statement because, and again, like I said, I don't put that. What I just said is absolutely on a one-to-one basis, on an individual basis. I don't put myself above any class or any group of people.
Yeah.
I'm only on an individual basis can that be judged, in my opinion.
Okay.
Right? So
there could be a gang member out there that you go, I'm not better than him.
Possible. It's absolutely possible. Yeah. I mean, circumstances, I 100% take circumstances into account. You're playing the hand you were dealt.
Yeah.
You said the cards have been dealt, right? Now, how you choose to do it, how you live, how you think, how you treat people is a huge part of that.
Yeah.
But just because someone's homeless and I am not, does not at any level make me better than them.
There, but for the grace of God.
Right.
Kind of attitude.
Because I'm one fucking snap away from being in a tent on a street myself.
Yeah. Agreed. Me too.
So
I think it's the troubling part with society right now is it's easy to look at that and go, 24-year-old white male chokes out a mentally unstable black male. But if you're only looking at race, it's easy to just go, oh my God, took advantage of the black man, murdered him, lynched him, executed him.
Exactly.
But it's
another
like
black man hunted down.
Yeah, hunted
killed,
down,
executed.
Here's the difference. One, and so if we're taking the totality of someone's character, one dedicated their life to service of this nation as a Marine, and one was a professional grade degenerate and criminal, right? That was ignored for decades. Yep. You walked by him and you didn't want to make eye contact. That's the reality in society. When you see homeless people and it's like, fuck, I'm being stopped at a red light and I'm going to have to roll up right next to this asshole who wants something.
I like to strategically leave the little door jam, to block the view a little bit, things like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'll be the first one to have a conversation and fucking give them money too.
So will I, until it becomes a point where it's like, dude, you're just an able-bodied 23-year-old man standing on the corner. There's literally help wanted signs in every fucking store you go by.
Yep.
So if you can stand out here for 8 hours begging for fucking money, it's one thing when you see a guy with an American flag, no legs, in a wheelchair, and he's 80. And he's like Vietnam vet or whatever, World War II vet, looking for some help. And you go, hey, look, man, I get it. You've been dealt a shitty hand. Your country's essentially turned their back on you. Here's $5. Good luck with the day. But when you see an able-bodied 20-something out there standing on the corner, which you do all over.
A lot. And a
lot. It's like, oh, go fuck yourself, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Big
time.
And you can't pretend to care about these people now. This guy has been a menace in New York subways for decades.
Now you care because
now
he's
you
dead.
care.
Now he's gone.
It furthers a narrative that you're trying to push on people. But I think people aren't that stupid. So this guy turns himself in.
We'll see.
Well, in New York, who knows? Who knows at this point?
AOC seems to be that stupid.
Yes. This guy could face 15 years. And again, we've talked about it, T, but all this is going to do is make sure going forward, nobody feels
empowered. To do anything,
to get involved.
Exactly.
Let the little man get his ass kicked. Let the weaker, poor.
I know. Are we a better fucking civilization for that?
No,
not at all. Not on any level.
If we're not looking out for each other, it's disgusting to watch over and over again.
It was bad enough. It felt like there was a stretch when the same sort of thing happened. The reservations were there, but it was because people were afraid of getting sued.
Right.
Right. If you got involved in something like that, seemed to be the sort of the stigma along with it. Like if you did something, you would get sued for it.
Right.
Well, now you're getting charged like criminally for shit.
Yeah.
You know. And I mean, granted, this guy killed somebody. You know. Let's not take that for granted.
Yeah.
Right. Did the guy deserve to die? No. Mm-hmm. Right. But I wasn't there. I don't know how it all went down.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think that guy got on the train and was like, "I'm gonna go kill a black guy today." Right?
No,
I don't
course
think.
not.
I saw somebody's, you know, whatever. You get lost in the comments and shit. And it's just amazing how divided, you know, people are on this thing. You know, that this guy is just an absolute piece of shit murderer that was just looking, you know.
Right. It's Kyle Rittenhouse all over again.
Exactly.
But even worse.
Exactly. That's what it was. Like, he couldn't wait to just get his fucking arm around a black guy's neck. Like, that's just what like, okay, what in his past, show me what leads you to that conclusion.
And all it will take is he liked a tweet or he put a fucking crying, laughing emoji on someone's inappropriate joke on Twitter. That'll be enough to be like, look, here's his track record, his past you're looking for.
Right. But
he laughed at a joke 10 years ago on social media. That means he's carried this through and he couldn't wait to get his hands on a black
But the
man.
lifetime of crime and violence that that
irrelevant.
Neely has, right, it doesn't matter.
And by the way, 42 arrests not only says you're a shitty criminal, but it also says you have made a career. If you've gotten popped 42 times, it means you've been robbing people every fucking day and you've been caught 1 out of 10 times.
Right.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's what it boils down to.
I mean, fucking beat up an old lady or something, didn't he? Or something like that. An old man, an old lady. And I mean, it's just, I mean, the list goes on. 42, period. Just 42 arrests. Now, again, just being arrested does not make you a piece of shit. Being arrested 42 times kind of does.
Kind of does. It kind of explains exactly what we need to know about you. So he had an extensive criminal history, including several guilty pleas for violence-related charges. 2 years ago, he was arrested for punching a 67-year-old female in the face and knocking her to the ground as she exited the subway, as well as attempting to kidnap a 7-year-old girl he was seen dragging down a street. So that's the kind of person.
Exactly, right. We're way better off having this guy here.
Right.
You know, for sure. It's listen, you get busted 42 times for drugs or stealing, you know,
Ricky Williams type shit. Busted over and over again for weed.
Okay, right. You know, I mean, fine. You're homeless, you're broke, you're stealing to, make ends meet, but not violent crimes, not things like that. You know, there's levels to everything.
Yeah. But over and over violence.
Yes, exactly.
Fuck off. I'm sorry. You're just not going to get me to go to bat and play along with the narrative that like anytime a white person defends themselves or others from a black person, it's only because of race.
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing that can be looked at, which is absurd on its face.
Sure.
Like this guy is probably would have been garnered a hero at any point in American history up until like a week ago.
Yeah.
And now we're in this weird. If you're in New York City, you're insane. I don't know what else to say. We're seeing it time and time again. Where
I don't know what I would do, like to see that and live that, because I'm not someone that can just stand by and see something happen and not say or do something.
Right.
Just not.
Yeah.
So I don't know how I could possibly survive in that type of a situation on the day to day.
Well, you're empowering pieces of shit as if they're equal members of contributing to society and good people.
Right.
Like how many accusations of really obnoxious, shitty, degenerate criminal behavior? There's not a number. Yeah. 42 doesn't matter. He was only arrested 41 of those times just because he was black and existing. Is what AOC would tell you, which is nonsense.
Yeah.
Nonsense. The other problem with this is you've defunded the police in New York City. Say what you want about that. You can be in favor of that. But what that trickles down to is when this guy, while putting hands on the fine, upstanding criminal, screaming for people to call 911, call 911. It took 15 minutes for them to get there.
Yeah.
And in that 15 minutes, that would have taken 3-4 minutes before.
Yep.
So when you thin them out and you don't have enough response people in a place like New York City, This is what happens.
And
you're leaving
altercation on the subway probably doesn't scream all hands on deck.
Right.
Either. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's 7 of those calls every 5 minutes.
Especially when it's the Michael Jackson impersonator. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That clown again. What are we going to do? Drag him in, do a shitload of paperwork just so they can turn around and let him right back out?
And I mean, if this guy, if he was trying to kill him, right? Like if that was his intent on any level, right?
He'd have been punching. And...
Well, no, I mean, regardless, you can choke a guy out and kill him in 30 seconds.
Right.
You know what I mean? You put the chokehold on him, you fucking take him out, you shut everything down. If that's what you're trying to do, it doesn't last 8 minutes if you're trying to kill someone.
Right.
You know what I mean? It circumstantially ends up that way, and it seems shitty that it got to that point if other people were involved, because supposedly there were 2 other people helping to restrain this guy.
Yep.
And he doesn't look that big, from what I've seen either. The picture, not like he was some fucking huge dude, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean, everybody's got strength, but you would think you wouldn't have to go that deep on a chokehold if other people are helping to restrain a guy. But again, I wasn't there. I didn't see it all go down. I don't know how it all was. It's an unfortunate set of circumstances, but to act like this was in any way, shape, or form, and at least they're not charging him with like premeditated, but it doesn't matter really. I mean, fucking whether it's murder 1, murder 2, murder.
It's going to guarantee that this guy never tries to defend his fellow citizens in public again.
Well, let me ask you this:
if he walks away from this,
oh, absolutely. Why would you? And you know what I mean? If that's
you wouldn't.
And even if he gets convicted on any level, why would anybody ever get involved at this point?
Even being charged and run through the legal system and all the cameras and all the shit.
But let me ask you this: manslaughter is, and I'm again no smug lawyer, but basically, accidentally causing someone else's death, right? For better for worse is a definition. That's basically what manslaughter is, right?
Right.
You cause someone else's death. Now, I don't understand the parameters on, you know what I mean? Like, because he caused his death.
Yeah.
So is manslaughter then a legitimate charge to charge him with?
Yeah, but that's why they have stuff like, castle doctrines. You walk into someone's house, you don't have to go very far into that house. You don't
it
have to
can
lay
be
hands
justified
on
and
them to be shot.
not necessarily.
And if this is self-defense, if this is protecting people around you, obviously something went on that train on that day that made these 3 individuals feel like, we don't have a choice but to take this motherfucker down right now.
Right. And that, that probably says quite a bit, that there were 2 other people involved in this, not just one guy, with a vendetta, not some racist clown in there just looking for a black guy to kill. You know what I mean? So that probably goes a long way that there were 2 other civilians involved.
It would in any other courtroom in America.
Well,
how this plays out in New York, the fact that they're charging him, after letting him go, first off. So it's strictly mob rule.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
That's exactly it. Yeah, you had all the facts of the case. You had everybody's statement. I'm sure he was down there. He was detained for quite a while until they were like, okay, you're free to go. Don't leave the state.
And does someone's background matter at all? When you look at someone as a Marine, someone that's giving for their country versus someone who's an absolute degenerate career criminal?
I mean, yes.
Does that matter?
Yes and no. Yes, it does. Exactly.
I mean, it doesn't give you carte blanche to go around murdering people.
Does it mean everything? No. But should it be taken into account? Of course, it has to be.
Yeah.
Every circumstance should be taken into account. All of it.
Yeah.
Every
it doesn't seem like it is right now.
Well, no.
People want to look at it as a very black and white thing.
Just like intent doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Whatever. But I wish the best for him. And I did see, ironically enough, that there is a money site set up for him.
Yeah. Give, Send, Go.
Give, Send, Go. Because apparently they have a conscience and not like go.
They've raised $250,000 last I saw.
That would have not allowed this to happen.
Right.
He would not be able to get this money on GoFundMe. Hence our Go Fuck Yourself.
Exactly. Yep. Last I saw it was up to $250,000 for him. Now there's a couple guys that have been convicted, felonies.
Okay.
2 pro fishermen.
Oh, are these the fucking lead weight guys?
Yeah, and the fillets. Don't forget the fillets.
Yeah,
too.
right.
They were stuffing into these fish.
Yeah.
I mean, some people subscribe to if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Yeah, well.
I mean, this is pretty creative. You got to admit, you're trying to win a tournament.
I mean, those giant egg weights, dude. The fillets you can get away with. You could pass an X-ray probably with the fucking fillets.
Yeah. How do you know the fish didn't eat it?
Right.
I threw some chicken fillets into the fucking pond, man. I can't help it if the fish
there's
ate
other
it.
fish that they were killing and then just using their fucking meat to stuff it to make them fatter.
Yeah.
But they got greedy is what it was. They got greedy.
Well, once people are fucking accusing you of that, it sounds like the next year, how about we don't? How about we try to come in clean?
Yeah.
You know, if they're accusing you in 21 of cheating and they're giving you the stink eye, how about in 22 we don't come in hot with fucking lead weights and fillets stuffed in the fish?
Yeah, let's come in fifth this time.
Yeah.
Take a little heat off.
Yeah.
Come back strong next year and win it.
Maybe pick a different location for the next tournament.
Yeah.
See if you can fucking pull this off down in Tennessee instead of Ohio.
Yeah.
So Chase Kaminsky and Jacob Runyon, both Pennsylvania residents, appeared in a Cleveland courtroom where they were handed down their jail sentences and told they would be forced to forfeit their $130,000 boat.
Yeah, that was the prize. That's why everybody was pissed.
There was a cash prize though.
There was, but I think the boat was because they had won like Angler of the Year, and I think the boat was the prize for that. That tournament specifically was a cash prize, but they had also, because it's like a season, so they had won like Angler of the Year throughout the whole season. That was the only time, that was late, and that was the only time that they had been caught officially cheating, but there had been red flags all along, people questioning and some questionable things going on. But that, I believe the boat was, I'll probably get killed in the fucking emails because I'm saying it wrong, but I think the boat was like the Angler of the Year prize.
Okay, they don't mention that in here, so let's see. They pled guilty to a felony charge of cheating and a misdemeanor for unlawful ownership of wild animals. Couldn't you charge everybody that catches a fish with that?
Well, I think, that's just piling on.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I think that's maybe because of when they killed the other fish and used the fillets.
Okay.
Or something along those lines.
All the fish were dead, right? You're not
in tournaments, they release the fish.
So how do you get lead weights into a fish and then fillets into a fish? You cut it open to do that.
Were these bass or were these walleye? I can't remember what this was. I think this was bass, wasn't it?
I don't
maybe
know.
These were walleye. I can't remember which tournament this was.
I don't know. They're been sentenced to
But like
10 days in jail.
Bass tournaments and stuff, those fish stay alive the whole time. You keep them in the live well. They keep them in water. That's so they bring them up in like wet bags and stuff, and they weigh them real quick, and that's it. And they go right back in the water, and they get released.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't. They're not killed.
I just want to apologize to everyone. Kaminsky said it's a bad situation.
Go
it's
fuck
something
yourself.
I wish I could say it didn't happen.
Fuck off.
Runyon said the cheating incident was the most ignorant decision I've ever made in my life. In his apology to the court. Last fall, they were declared the winners at the weigh-in at the Lake Erie Walleye
That's
Trail,
what it was, right, yeah.
Trail Championship in Cleveland.
That's good eating, so they probably keep all that stuff, man.
Yeah.
Walleye's good.
Ugh. Yeah. Their opponents immediately discovered something was awry and about these winning catches. Video of the incident showed someone cutting open the fish. Your heart's got to sink when it's like, oh no, they're cutting open our catches.
Yeah, when they go like this, ding, 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 on the belly. It's like,
why?
What is this?
They immediately, let's see. So they cut open the fish, pulling out what appeared to be lead weights and fillets of another fish. The men had stuffed down the throats of their catches to make them heavier. You got thousands of fucking dollars you stole from everyone. Kaminsky and Runyon were set to win more than $28,000 in various prize pools when they were caught cheating. After serving 10 days, the fishermen will spend a year and a half on probation, pay $2,500 in fines. Kaminsky and Runyon have the option of cutting their fines in half if they donate to a nonprofit that promotes fishing with children.
Oh, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, dude, you got to pay the money regardless. Who gives a shit where it goes to?
Yeah. Who cares?
Oh, yeah. Here's fishing for fucking fuckheads.
Oh, it's going to the Church of Satan?
Yeah, great.
Awesome. I only have to pay half?
Yeah, it's going to drag queens? Fine. Yeah, take it.
Take
That's
it.
Great.
Yeah, start dancing for fucking toddlers. Who cares? Their fishing licenses will be suspended for 3 years.
I hope they get a lifetime ban from tournament fishing, though.
I don't know.
Well, your fishing license is different than being tournament eligible, I think.
Yeah. They're forever going to be branded with the labels of cheaters and thieves, the assistant county prosecutor Andrew Rogalski said. After today, they'll be convicted felons, and nobody should feel bad for them because they deserve this and they earn this.
Amen.
They would have won $100,000, but they were disqualified for the top catch at the Lake Erie Fall Brawl.
Yeah.
So
that's what
they're
the fall
spending out real money, man. This
that's
isn't
the
like a
fall
cornhole
brawl.
tournament.
That's what that is. That's the season. That's the series.
Okay.
So that's it. Like the $28,000 is what they would have won on that tournament where they got caught, and then the $100,000 was like the bonus end of the year for winning the season.
Okay.
Type thing, and a boat, I think, or cash
Something
and
along
prizes or
those-
whatever.
yeah.
Cash and prizes.
Wow.
Hey, the weather appears to have flipped, so it's time for Zott Ford's summer savings event. The warm weather brings hot deals and superior savings, making now the best time to take advantage of the deep discounts on the remaining 22 inventory. Plus, Zott Ford has 0% financing on tons of inventory, including Escape, Edge, Explorer, Expedition, and F-150s. How about this? Zott Ford is bringing back their much-loved sign and drive lease. Yep, the sign and drive is back, baby. For example, you can lease a 22 Explorer below $450 a month, sign and drive. That's why I hate these being words and not numbers. Or you can lease a 23 Ford Bronco Sport below $480 a month, sign and drive. Finally, you can lease a 23 Ford F-150 below $490 a month, and you guessed it, sign and drive. Last but not least, our friends at Zott Ford may not have the grammatical wisdom as our boy T-Roy, but they do have the military trifecta, which means you can, if you're active military, a veteran, or a first responder, you're going to save an additional $1,000, period, and that is badass. So go check out all the details from Plus Zott Summer Savings and incredible inventory at dealsinthed.com.
Very good.
I wouldn't say very good.
Yeah.
It was mediocre.
No, I thought that was very good.
It's okay.
It's kind of written like shit. Kabara, you need to send us an email.
Yes, that I can
with the
edit.
read. I'm printing shit out on notes on my phone, and it's not working well. Several anonymous current and former staffers from the Kelly Clarkson show
Oh,
allege, it's a toxic work environment.
really?
Is everything a toxic work environment?
I think that would be a great place to work, dude. There's got to be like fucking so much food
Yeah.
all over the place. Whatever you want.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
buffets for days.
Are you kidding me? Kelly Services or whatever, or Craft Services, excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be amazing. 11 employees, 1 current, and 10 former, all anonymous, of course. So put your name on it.
Yeah.
If you're going to make a claim and try to destroy something, how about you put your fucking name on it? Especially the 10 that aren't working there currently. They spoke to Rolling Stone as part of an expose published today about their experiences working for the talk show. They claim to be victims of bullying, verbal abuse, and retaliation from high-level producers. The employees further stated that complaining to human resources made no difference in their situation. Now, is that because it's just silly what you're complaining about? Long hours in Hollywood, really?
Right?
This is some sort of bullying and abuse on every level. Maybe it is, but if you've ever worked anywhere and if you've ever worked in entertainment, you know that it's fucking cutthroat. It's no bullshit. It's there's a lot of I've been screamed at by bosses before. I mean, fuck, Podella's laid into me 1,000 times for shit I was guilty of and shit I was not guilty of. Shit I had no control over. The last thing I would do is complain or cry to fucking the GM or someone higher up the you
Contribute
take your
anonymously
lashing.
to an expose, perhaps?
Yeah, no, just go. And I have more and more respect for bosses. The further and further away I get from it, the more it's like, yeah, it's got to be really difficult to deal with all these moving parts and be in charge of that. And sometimes you're going to blow a gasket. And there were times probably when Doug came in a shitty mood and fucking took it out on Mark and I.
You were the last straw. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you happened to be in front of him at that moment.
What are
It
you
happens.
smiling at? Fuckface?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Basically, yeah. And realize that there's a hierarchy to that.
Yeah.
They get their ass chewed. So it's just shit runs
trickles
downhill.
down.
Yeah.
And when you know you can't yell at the premier talent, the Drew and Mike, you're going to take it out on lower staffers and try to get them to see what you're doing.
Exactly.
It's whatever. You've never been yelled at by a boss?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm a shit employee. I get it all the time.
Yeah. It's just part of it, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you could be honest with yourself and admit, like, yeah, they wanted us to do a little extra, and I pushed back because I'm me, and you're not going to bully me. Like, sometimes, you're going to eat shit.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way it works.
Sometimes you're the bug, sometimes you're the windshield.
And you know what? Yeah. And when you're a young employee coming up, God forbid you ever get to a position of authority, and we'll see how you react when the shit's coming down on you and you need to relay that message to underlings. Like, it's not an easy gig.
No.
It doesn't mean that, if I went in and Podell didn't just yell at me for something dumb or whatever, but he slapped me. That's a different story. If someone's putting hands on you,
Sure.
if someone's saying, suck my dick under the desk or you're fired, that's a different story. Yeah. That's a different level altogether.
Blowing off steam.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, without crossing a line.
Taking a bad day out on a couple employees.
Just screaming, okay, whatever. That's more about you than it is about me.
And there's nothing
people are
better.
Soft these days. They can't handle it.
There was actually a time or two that Podell, like the next day, was like, hey, man, I'm sorry about that. I got a little
Sure.
And
that shows mad respect.
There's nothing better than that feeling, because the problem with being an underling is you don't feel like you can really stand up and be like, yeah, well, fuck you too if you don't like it. And this is bullshit. You can't be talking to me like this. If you just kind of eat shit, take it, let them reflect on it.
Yeah.
And like, was that the best way to respond to this?
Yeah, if you escalate, exactly, then that apology is probably not ever coming.
It's definitely never coming.
Yeah, sometimes. But
And there's something really fucking rewarding about that instance when Doug would go, hey, man, by the way, yesterday I didn't mean to fucking blow up at you like that. And he wasn't always like that, but, there were times.
Yeah.
He's working at Wheels now, and he's like, oh, yeah, Wheels, big fan, blah, blah, blah. You know what I remember about Doug? I remember being an intern when Wheels went off the air, and Doug kicked in the fucking studio door that day with a bottle of champagne and fucking shook it up.
Yeah.
Boom! It was like, fuck them, they're dead, they're gone, main competition. And it was like, all right, man, we're wrapping up the morning show.
Those were badass fucking bumper stickers, though.
Wheels?
Fucking the tire.
Yeah,
That's classic.
Yeah, and I'm glad Wheels is back. Having competing stations in a market.
Sure. Why? What is radio?
Yeah, exactly. And while it's still here. The staffers agreed that Kelly Clarkson herself did not contribute to the negative atmosphere and insinuated that she wasn't even aware of it. Instead,
is this sort of like the Tucker Carlson thing?
Yeah,
so basically,
sorta.
I mean,
so someone who never met Tucker Carlson can just say whatever.
But you're blaming Tucker for all this shit,
right? And I guess part of me goes, well, their name's on the show. They're getting all the credit and the money. So when shit goes south, they're going to take heat for it. I don't really have a problem with that. I'm glad they clarified that Kelly Clarkson knew nothing about this.
Right.
They placed most of the blame on the talk show's executive producer, Alex Duda, with one staffer referred to Alex as a monster.
Oh, no.
Here's the problem, too.
What do?
Yeah, that's what I would have thought, too. Alex Duda is a woman.
Okay.
So this is a skirt. Fucking bringing the heat down on
like
these
from
people.
day one, or
I think so.
Wears a skirt, or what are we talking?
No, I don't think it's a dude.
Right, there's not a cock hanging under the skirt.
I don't think so.
All right, just curious for perspective. That's all.
Duda bullied other employees, with one quitting after a producer yelled and cursed at them multiple times on stage. A production manager allegedly threw a stapler across the room. Wow. And that guy still...
Did it hit somebody?
He's not in prison?
And fucking knock somebody out?
No.
Just threw it?
Just threw it.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know if it was a Slingerland stapler or... I don't know.
Huh.
But he threw it. And she would speak in a way that you're not supposed to in a professional environment.
Yeah. Oh, were your feelings hurt?
Yeah. Cursing, raising the voice, throwing a huge temper tantrum.
Oh my God, monster.
Yeah, monster.
Yeah.
I mean, when I think monster,
Yeah.
you can say like, oh, John Wayne Gacy was a monster, but Alex Duda,
Yeah.
that's a monster. I cursed, threw a stapler.
Oh.
I mean,
You should see. I can't run people anymore. I did for a long time.
Yeah.
Like I was foreman and running shit. And I'm just not built for it.
Yeah.
Because
you want to punch them in the fucking teeth when they don't get it.
yeah, I mean, I just can't fucking process the levels of stupidity and the shit, you know. And the problem that I have is that, you know, my ass gets handed to me because you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I can't not make you a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
No matter how hard I try, and every time I try and help and do things, you're still a fucking idiot and become a bigger fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You know?
It
was bad for my health. I stopped.
Yeah.
Now I just like to go to work.
Just go to work, put your head down, do
Yes.
your time.
So I'm
I
so
don't
much
make an extra
happier.
10 grand a year.
Yeah, I'm so much happier now. It's
Of
amazing.
course. There were times when I brought Eric Fady in for the first time, right? As an intern. He wouldn't leave me alone, and I let him come in and I interviewed him, and it was like, oh my God, this guy's fucking gold.
Right.
He's that retarded. Like, he's so fucked up, he's going to be gold.
Yeah.
But the other side to that coin is he's semi-retarded.
Yeah.
And he's so uncomfortable that the most basic of tasks, the most basic. Now, this is the biggest morning show in the market, one of the biggest in the country.
Yeah.
And
You have responsibilities that you have to maintain.
Yes, I should be able to tell an incoming intern, here's how you take these 4 clips. I need you to go to Channel 4 News. They interviewed players after the Lions game. I want these 4 cuts specifically. They're in this 30-minute window. Just fast forward, dump the audio down, and then we'll edit it how we want, or just basically cut out, you know, Bernie Smilovitz talking in the front end. We'll just take the clip, credit Channel 4 for it, whatever. But he couldn't get basic shit like that. Like, that's the problem. Like, you're going to get a guy who will eat a bowl of rabbit shit, but that guy's also going to be sort of incapable of
the guy that can
menial
put your
tasks.
clips together perfectly is boring as shit.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
So you need 2. You need somebody that is the personality, the you know.
It got to the point, though, and I've talked about this before, where I had Eric sitting at my desk, and I had a Cool Edit program open, and I was trying to teach him how to do basic editing. And this is, dude, you hit record here, you hit play on the VCR here, and it's just going to pull up a WAV file of this. And then when you get it, you stop the recording, and you just clean up the front and back end. It's as simple as it gets, right? As simple as it gets. And if it takes me a day or 2 because you're new and you don't have the first clue about it, that's fine. I'm fine with that. What
6
Eric
months
would
later.
do, what Eric would do is, got it, and he didn't have it. And so then I'd be like, Eric, where's that cut? I need that cut of Miguel Cabrera's home run. Trudy's wrapping up the news. We're about to start sports, dude. I fucking need this. Drew's got it in the lead. Let's go. And it's like, He couldn't go, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm sorry. I'm a fucking idiot. And so it got to the point where I was going, we're not leaving this desk until you understand how to do this. And he would go, yep, got it. And I'd say, and I was like, dude, you tell me you got it one more time, and I'm literally going to break your fucking nose. I'm going to punch you right fucking here. You don't have it, and you cannot tell me that you have it.
Tell me you got it. Show me you got it.
Show me you got it. And you can't, because you don't. And so if Eric wanted to do an expose for Rolling Stone,
what a toxic work environment it was.
If you just pulled those clips, like, he told me he was going to break my nose. Like, I'd sound like a monster.
Right.
I was never going to break his nose, but it was like, I needed this kid to understand the level of competence that was required for a basic thing. Like, you want to fuck up the breakfast order? I don't care. But these certain tasks have to be handled. We can't drop the ball on these,
affects the bottom line.
Yes.
Yes. Now you're fucking with our money.
And now, if you fuck this up to the point that I can't trust you, Drew's going to go, hey, dude, why are you trusting a fucking known retard to handle this? I'm asking you to take care of it, and I'm delegating at this point.
Yep.
I have other shit to do. I'm starting the show. We're starting it. There's things that are required there. And so, yes, we're requiring on other kids that want to get into this business to be able to handle basic shit. Can you take a food order? Can you get a coffee for him? Can you dump down a clip and fucking clip the ends off it and not fuck it all up? So, but yeah, if you took those instances, those moments, and painted me out as Alex Duda, I would sound like a monster.
Right.
It's not fair. It's not a true representation.
Exactly right. You know, and now
I imagine a work site like yours
big
would be
picture,
exactly the same.
Yeah, big picture, 1,000 miles, out. Eric loves you and cherry, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
But yes, you could cherry pick those situations and particular, instances out of there and make it look horrible.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Eric didn't do that, wouldn't do that.
No, I know.
He got it. We've laughed about it now,
Yeah.
but it was the reality, especially early on.
But that's also too. Now you fast forward 20 years.
Yeah.
To where you're at now and what it's become. But in those first 3 months when he's like, and I quit, I can't handle it. He was so mean to me. There's a total fuck. It was so toxic. I was threatened. He was going to break my nose, in a fucking vacuum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd have to fire me. You'd have to.
Right. Yes. I get it.
Which is sad because I'd like to be able to just take these people at their word.
Yeah,
that there's some monster running around the hallways making everyone's life miserable. And maybe that happened. But I've seen too many examples of getting a lot of press for just like what normal people have been through.
Exactly.
Like,
sometimes work environment sucks.
Yeah.
And
a lot of times it does.
And sometimes why does the work environment suck? Because you suck as an employee.
Yeah.
Or you're,
or you think you're
in
entitled to never be offended by anything or yelled at.
Right. I'm doing my best.
I've been here 6 months and they haven't given me a raise. Like, did you earn a raise or you just think by a timestamp you deserve a raise?
You're just hanging on by a thread, barely fucking doing your job.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So, multiple times cursing on stage. The staffers also claimed they were overworked and underpaid.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. They found the job to be traumatizing to their mental health. You are fucked in the real world. I'm sorry. This is going to be a continuing issue for you. Everywhere you go.
It's not going to get any better.
No. I remember going up on the roof of the stage to cry, being like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Why am I putting myself through this? Clarkson has no clue how unhappy her staff is and claimed Duda shields Kelly. Kelly's fantastic. She's a person who never treats anyone with anything but dignity and is incredibly appreciative. I would be shocked if she knew. I'd be floored if she knew the staff wasn't getting paid for 2 weeks of Christmas hiatus. The Kelly that I interacted with and that everyone knows would probably be pretty aghast to learn that. I have a friend who's an executive producer who warned me about taking the job because apparently Duda has done this on every show she's worked on. Her previous roles include working on the Steve Harvey and Tyra Banks show.
Oh, you mean if you don't work, you don't get paid? Whoa, that's awful.
Yeah.
Oh, that must be terrible.
Yeah. So
poor thing.
The ironic part is this time slot took over the Ellen DeGeneres time slot. And in that case, was there a
crossover of the staff here, maybe?
Who knows?
Huh.
But Ellen was fingered as the...
I bet she was a lot.
Yeah, by Portia. Yeah. But she was fingered as the cunt in that situation. That it was Ellen who comes on TV and acts like all-American sweetheart, everyone's best friend, lesbian.
It makes me want to punch her in the face. Her dancing.
Yeah,
it's the worst. So bad.
Didn't that DJ commit suicide too?
I would too if she was dancing like that to my music.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah.
Every time my proudest managerial moment is I was managing a restaurant, bar restaurant back in the day. I may have told this, may have not, but I had I hated it. I hated it. I just wanted the experience because I wanted to open a fucking restaurant. So I wanted that side of it. I'd done everything else. So I wanted the management side. Anyway, it's babysitting. It's a bunch of fucking 18-year-olds that don't want to come in the first place, and when they get there, they just want to leave. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's fucking infuriating.
And they're not working their asses off.
No. And so I had one kid, Nick or Nico, can't remember exactly, but he was good. He was a hustler. You know those fucking guys. He was a hustler. He was there to make money. He got it.
Derek was kind of a
dickhead, and I got it. But he was a hustler, and I knew I could count on him to do shit, right?
Yep.
But he had way too much ego, right?
Yeah.
So, but it was fine. It was kind of his thing. He was kind of us. He was banging everybody. The fucking good-looking dude. But it was like an open concept, like open kitchen kind of concept. You know what I mean? Like
you could see him.
You could kind of see into the back a little bit. You know what I mean? It wasn't like totally, back of house was back of house. Like it was kind of commingled.
Yeah.
So
Jay Alexander's is kind of like that.
Right. Okay. So if you picture that, type of a situation. So then I had a new guy that hired in, right, and he thought he was the biggest swinging dick, right? So obviously
competing swinging
alpha,
dicks.
right? Alpha fucking tension, right? So they always had their moments. Da 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 da. So I'm walking the floor, I'm doing something, and I hear these two idiots getting into it, like at the fucking line. And I mean, I could hear them on the floor fuck you, bitch, I'll kick your, fuck you, motherfucker. Oh, yeah, fuck you, I'll beat your ass, you fucking pussy, da-da-da. And I was literally talking to a table at the time when I hear it. I was excuse me, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Fucking turn around. I go fucking
both
stop
by the
by.
necks.
Exactly, dude. I go back there and they're fucking nose to nose screaming at each other. Fucking, fuck you, I'll kick your ass, you pussy motherfucker. Screaming at each other in my fucking restaurant. Yeah. I just fucking grabbed them both. I swear to God, by the shirts, threw them both straight to the back door. Kicked the fucking back door open, threw them both outside the back into the fucking alley, and I said, fight. Losers fired, winner gets both sections. Go.
See, you're a bully. That makes you a
They both
monster.
just like stopped and they looked. I go, what? You just said he was a pussy motherfucker, right? And you were going to kick his fucking ass? I heard that. My whole fucking restaurant
heard it.
just heard that. So go.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm like, oh, you're not actually gonna you're not actually gonna kick his fucking ass? You're not really gonna beat it? Fucking get the fuck back in here. Don't ever fucking shut your fucking mouth on my.
Now, did they come back later and apologize and go, hey?
They didn't. Well, they didn't openly apologize.
Yeah.
They apologized in shutting the fuck up and going back to work and doing their job, and it ended right there.
Yeah.
But I was like, cool. I was like, you want to fight? You just said you were going to beat his ass. Beat his ass. Kick his fucking teeth in, I think you said, right?
Yeah.
Crack his fucking skull or whatever it was you said. I can go ask table 13 because they know what you just said.
Yeah.
Right? But they just both stood there with like deer in headlights. Like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, fine, fight. But loser's fired and winner gets both sections. Let's go.
Yeah. I like to think that if that situation happened today with me, like 18-year-old me would have been like, fucking manager, what a prick, yelled at us. Asked us to fight. Like, you would have not seen the bigger picture of what your actions were doing and why they would be so toxic in a place like that. I like to think today that I would end up coming back to that manager and going, man, you know what?
Well, today I'd probably be sued for it.
Right.
But
if I was one of the ones being a dickhead and a manager had to get to that level, I think nowadays as a more mature person that I would absolutely go up to that manager after the fact and be like, look, man, I'm really sorry. That couldn't have been more unprofessional. I put you in a really shitty situation, probably made customers uncomfortable, wondering
no
what the hell's going on
ever.
here. Right, exactly.
You know, now, yes, at 50, you know, you could see that.
Exactly.
But nobody at 19 gets that. And I didn't expect an apology.
Yeah.
But I got the apology in their behavior.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But that one to me.
Like, it's great. It's
right?
great. And you're probably not going to fuck with that boss anymore.
Because what are you going to do?
Hey guys, could you please keep your voices down?
Knock it down, guys.
I think the customers could hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Then there's still the fucking big swinging dick. Hello, boys. This is the big swinging dick.
Yeah.
Okay? Let's not get it fucking confused.
Yeah.
All right? Understand the situation here.
RadioFor1.com is live. You can buy merch there. I've recently seen some of the hats and sweatshirts you guys have purchased. I love them.
Stylish.
They're beautiful. Amazon link, Amazon Canada, MyPillow. Use promo code TDC, whether you go to mystore.com. The coffee's great. Lots of other products there as he helps young entrepreneurs, platforming them. That's what you get at mystore.com. And then MyPillow.com. Just use promo code TDC. I'm telling you, the dog beds are great. The MyPillow 2.0, I'm personally using. I think it's great. Link to our Patreon page. That's the best way to help the show. It really is. It can, you know, if everybody chips in a few dollars, it keeps this thing going for a lot longer time. Also, send us emails. Walters@DetroitCast.com. Love reading your emails and getting those. And when I think of McDonald's lawsuits, go.
Coffee.
Yeah. Right.
I think it's the only one.
They're probably sued every day.
I mean,
honestly.
But can you name another one?
I can today because I've got a story. But yeah, that the reason I posed it like that was because I knew you were going to say coffee.
Right.
And that was a older woman who spilled coffee in her lap and then sued. And I believe Feiger had that case.
Did he?
Yeah, I believe it was Jeff Feiger. And this is one of those things where a jury comes out with an outlandish thing and they awarded her $120 million or something. And then if you look at that in reality, that was knocked way the fuck down in appeals and all that kind of stuff. But it gets the major headlines. Oh my God, old bird fucking spills coffee and gets $120 million. Not really.
I know, but that sets a terrible precedent too.
Yeah.
Because now everybody's just in a drive-through like, oh, pay me.
Yeah. Well, I got to think that if you're at a mom and pop coffee house, right? Not Starbucks, not McDonald's, not Dunkin' Donuts, but if you're at Bill Mahalski's Coffee and you spill on yourself and you try to sue him for $100 million,
but even, I mean, the reality
he's going to laugh
but
at you.
McDonald's, but those are franchisees. I mean, each McDonald's is privately owned. It's under the same name, you know.
Right.
So who pays that money?
McDonald's, I think,
Oh,
because they just lease you the land. You know.
Yeah, but you're
you
an
lease
owner
the
of
land
it.
from them. McDonald's
Your
owns
business.
the land.
Yeah, but that the land means nothing to the business.
Yeah, but you're franchising the ability to use their promo budget, their logos.
Yeah, I understand
you
how it
get
works.
all that,
Yeah.
but in a lawsuit, when they sue McDonald's, they're not suing.
But that's like Sears robot is a company.
Right.
They're all under the same umbrella. And McDonald's, while under the same umbrella, have individual owners. So I'm just curious as to when
I think they
happens,
have a responsibility on some level to make everything uniform and
for the most part.
You'd be.
But I wonder how much of it is McDonald's, how much of it comes out of the personal owner. Like it's not like it's just like McDonald's. You know
If you've just got
it.
some company, John and Cindy are the franchisees that own this McDonald's, and you sue them, you're not going to get shit. That's why they sue McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I came in thinking this was an established, reputable, responsible company like McDonald's.
And their
is.
shit is still lava, bro.
Yeah.
It just says on the cup, "Don't fucking spill it," because it's hot as shit.
Yeah.
And
What do you
all it
want them
took.
to do? Have
That's all it
not
took.
hot coffee?
Well, I mean, dude, I'm telling you, their shit's lava.
Yeah.
Like, give it 20 minutes before I fucking drink it lava.
Yeah, yeah. Well, this one is not about coffee.
All right.
However, Florida, parents sued McDonald's for serving chicken nuggets, which they claim were so hot caused
chicken nuggies.
second-degree burns on their 4-year-old daughter's leg. She got a little chicken burn. Yeah, chicks and nuggets burned her.
Yeah.
They said their daughter received severe burns to her thigh.
Second degree is
area.
pretty severe.
Yeah. After
It's worse than first, but not quite as bad as third.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. After a 200-degree McNugget fell in her lap from a Happy Meal box.
Now, how do we know for sure? Did we get a thermometer on this thing?
No. I don't know who's making that decision. In a split jury, franchisee Upchurch Foods was found negligent, while McDonald's was not.
Oh, back to my point. There we go. Exactly what I was just saying.
Upchurch probably
Is the
provides all
per-
their chicken, church's chicken? or-
That's the franchisee. Exactly what I just said.
Okay.
Upchurch was, but not McDonald's themselves, the parent company.
The jury found that both the franchisee and McDonald's
But I'm just saying there's a difference.
failed to produce instructions for the food that would have prevented the girls. No. What? You think if they would have given you a piece of paper with instructions on how to deal with food
Yeah, you expect
would have
the people
prevented
to-
this injury?
Yeah.
Stop it.
Right. Well, that's not true necessarily, because there could be a protocol in place, right? The reality is that fucking nugget comes out of 500-degree oil,
Yeah.
deep frying, and goes straight into a fucking basket and goes out.
Yeah.
There could be protocol in place to where that has to sit for a second. You know what I mean? Like that has time to cool down before it can just be immediately
Yeah,
served.
but there's nothing better than a fresh nugget, hot or fries.
Well, you know what? There's a difference between a 130-degree nugget and a 200-degree nugget.
Yeah.
And that's first to second degree.
Yeah. Well, the family's lawyer said that this is a tremendous victory for the family.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah, it's a windfall, I would
Yeah.
say.
Where'd they get?
I don't know what they got.
Oh,
It'll be fought. The reasonable, foreseeable, intended use is for a child to handle this box. The law implies a promise from a corporation, in this case, a child. And if it's preventable, it's warnable. You should warn someone about it. And if you don't do that, then you're liable. She said she ordered a 6-piece nuggets Happy Meal at the drive-thru, handed the box back to her daughter in the back seat. The girl was then burned by the nugget, which her family said left the child disfigured and scarred.
Yeah, you got a little fucking nugget fucking
burn,
mark on your...
come on.
Yeah.
Disfigured and scarred.
Well, that's for the suit.
Right.
You know, pain and suffering.
It remained on her leg for 2 minutes. Okay, I'm calling bullshit on this.
Yeah, no way.
I'm calling bullshit on this.
Right.
It is a natural human
2
reflex.
minutes.
It's a reflex.
Yeah, immediately.
Boom. You would immediately at 4.
Yeah.
Not at 6 months.
2 minutes. That's
at
like
6 months old.
It's like
maybe.
getting 2 miles down the road.
Yeah.
Like pulling out and driving away. If it's just sitting there. Imagine being branded for 2 minutes.
Yeah. It would cool down quickly.
The old big
lighter.
lighter fucking thing, just sitting there, just taking it.
Still have the scar.
Oh yeah,
somewhere.
I got a few of them. They're fading, but
Yeah, mine are fading too. Wow, I never noticed that. Mine. As I'm pulling away out of the drive-thru, I hear Olivia start to yell, but by the time I make it to the street, it's a full-blown scream. I turn around and she dropped the nugget in her lap, so I'm trying to drive and knock them out of her lap as I'm going down the street. So as soon as I was able to pull over, I run to the back seat of the car, and I got out the nugget that I could see, and then I pulled off her seat belt across the lap. There was a chicken nugget that was stuck, and I could not really reach.
oh well, that's if there was one like pinned in there somewhere, like stuck, like I guess it's
A
possible.
4-year-old? Couldn't a 4-year-old just go, ow?
Well, but depending on where it is, you know what I mean. Like it got wedged in. Like I mean, first of all, is she naked? Like what are we talking about here?
Yeah, why is your kid
Right?
naked?
But if
Why
it
is she
somehow got like
handling-
wedged onto the seatbelt or in the car seat, you know what I mean, was like down here and she's kind of sitting, like I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
But of course, you're gonna play it up for the suit.
Oh, of course. As I'm taking the nugget off of her skin, it's falling apart in my hand. Her thigh, upper thighs. It was
Her thigh was falling apart in your hand? Oh my
No,
God, you
the-
poor
the
mom.
nugget, the
This
nugget.
poor toddler. His leg was falling apart.
Every once in a while, she looks at the scar and refers to it as her chicken nugget. The family is seeking $15,000 in damages for McDonald's and its franchise Upchurch Foods.
That seems like a very reasonable settlement.
I've learned through time that that's the base to get it into.
And then pain and suffering. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is based
That's
on
the
this.
that's the base to get it to a certain level of the court. So don't be fooled into thinking they're seeking
Exactly.
15
But
grand.
then- we need
they're thinking
damages.
They're seeking $150 million. Right.
Yeah.
Don't fool it.
Yeah, that seems
they are not
fucking
seeking 15
incredibly
grand.
fucking reasonable. Like,
No.
Yeah.
There's certain levels of.
I don't think Ron had been like, shut the fuck up. Here,
15
go.
grand. Here
Yeah,
you go.
Here's 20. Keep
Here's
the
lifetime
change.
McDonald's for you and yours. Don't worry about it.
Blow on it next time.
Our sympathies go out to the family for what occurred in this unfortunate incident, as we hold customer safety as one of our highest priorities. That's why our restaurant follows strict rules.
And we have labels on our cups now.
Yeah, we are deeply.
Guess what labels are coming on the chicken nuggies?
Oh my god!
Next.
Or they're going to make
Everything.
them cold. They're going to make them shitty and cold.
Yeah.
You're going to wait in line for a half hour while these things cool. constantly.
That is an odd situation because normally any normal person, knows, ooh, it's too hot. Blow on it or wait a minute.
Yeah, yeah.
But when it's going into a Happy Meal, you're kind of into a gray area to where this is going to a child that doesn't have that capability.
Doesn't a child? I would just think it's human. It's a reflex that you would do everything you could to get the hot part off you. Maybe if it's wedged
Yeah,
in.
and again, maybe in a car seat, and it fell.
Yeah.
Like you had 6 nuggets, you put one in your mouth, it fucking exploded. You went and they all fell all over the place, and you're all over. But one of them's jammed down in here. It's totally possible. I could see it.
God, at what point does anyone take fucking personal responsibility? Like, yeah, maybe you should have, taken into like you're getting hot food for your toddler.
I mean, listen, I have a hard time blaming anyone but the restaurant in that, and really, it's not even theirs. They're just churning out food, and is what it is. It was a terrible set of circumstances because it was one of the rare times a nugget went from the fryer to the box to the drive-through to the kid's hand in record enough time.
Yeah.
that it was still so fucking hot that it burned the kid.
Yeah.
Normally, but. The parent, you pull up, you get food, you give it to the kid. You never think it's going to be fucking so hot
Scalding.
and damaging. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? You didn't give
yeah.
the kid a cup of coffee. You gave the kid a Happy Meal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's, I don't know. And again, ultimately the responsibility does fall onto the restaurant.
And they
putting out
probably
food that-
have in their budget, like for all whatever frivolous bullshit someone's going to come up with. Someone's going to bite into a quarter pounder with cheese and
And I mean, the reality is McDonald's in their handbooks or whatever, in their training manuals, probably somewhere says, never serve a customer food over 165 degrees or whatever the number
Right,
is. Somewhere in there is just a blanket statement.
Yeah, that
but
no one
that
pays
doesn't mean
attention
that
to.
fucking Juan working the fucking fryer that day, you know what I mean, actually knows or pays attention or gives a fuck.
Yeah.
And for the most part, people want fresh, hot food.
Yeah.
It's just a weird set of circumstances that cross that line.
And Juan doesn't care. His partner, too, does.
Yeah.
But Juan,
No.
he's the guy that's going to be shucking fucking piping hot shit at kids.
Yep.
You know?
Indeed.
Got to let that guy go.
Hey, insurance. We all need it, and most of us don't know what kind of coverage we have or who even provides it. Let fellow TDC listener Brent Wasick from Wasick Insurance Services change all that. Brent has over 30 years in the business and offers all types of insurance coverage: auto, home, health, life, business, commercial, and more. So call Brent Wasick at 734-455-1900 and get a free, no-obligation quote today. Again, that's 734-455-1900. And as for Brent Wasick, Wasick Insurance.
Very good.
That one actually was
That was very good.
Yeah.
You weren't even reading the
Nailed
name of
it.
that. Pfft, home run, kid. I'm getting so sick of entitled assholes on planes acting the fool.
Yeah.
You know, like their time on the plane is more important than everybody else's.
Well, we're past the mask thing. Like that for
Yeah.
a while, that was what it was all. It was generally over the masks and things like that. And
That was a lot of it.
You get the, occasionally you get the overserved.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
But we've
How-
we've both been overserved plenty of time. We ran them out of Jack Daniels.
Absolutely.
Me, you, and Tooch
Yep.
took that flight. Very proud of that. Ran them
Indeed.
out of Jack Daniels.
Indeed, yeah.
That would some would consider overserved, but we didn't act like assholes to people around us.
Well-
if anything, we're more jovial and fun and funny.
Define overserved.
Well, by their standards, they would say
Well,
they
but-
ran us
but-
out of Jack Daniels. They were overserved.
Yeah.
But it was like, remember the most they did to us? What did they ask us?
Are you driving?
Yeah.
That was it.
They asked
like,
us-
You guys aren't driving, right?
You guys
We were
aren't
like,
driving.
Fuck no, dude. We're
Yeah.
fucking getting an Uber at the airport. They were like, all right, fine. Here's another one.
Yeah, here
we
you
found
go.
more in the back.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the vodka now.
Yeah, we moved on to vodka. I was like, "What are you gonna do?" We were in first class. It was awesome.
Yeah.
we got meals. And
You're the
then
one
we
that
proceeded
offered
to
all
get
free drinks, man.
shit-faced.
Not my
Well,
fault for taking advantage of it.
dude, if you're gonna fly first class and you're gonna pay double for a plane ticket, if you're someone who doesn't drink,
That's
the
stupid.
fuck are you doing?
Right.
Waste of money. But if you go in there and you can clean them out of fucking
Indeed.
a handle or two,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that's what you do.
For sure.
You have a job. When they go, "Can I get you something to drink?" Yeah, double Jack Daniels. Make it a triple. Just keep them coming. You see me getting low, just keep them coming.
A guy at work was going to this Taco Fest thing this weekend.
Ooh.
It was $150. I think it was all weekend, like Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday, or whatever it was.
Knowing
it wasn't
that no
just
one's going to go all 3 days.
But so it's $150. All the beer, tequila, and tacos you can handle.
Okay.
Think you can get your money back on that? That's a pretty good buyback.
Yeah.
I mean, $150 is a
Here's the problem. Was it last year? Maybe the year before. Beth and I went to the Taco Fest or whatever it was in Reno.
oh, that's it. Yeah. That's-
Well, here's the problem. The lines at every station were so fucking long.
Yeah.
There's no way you could get your money back. Like you would spend an hour and a half in line to get a taco. Right? You would spend 2 hours in line to get a drink. Like it was so unreasonable.
Yeah.
We just left. And what we did to celebrate the
That would
taco
be
thing
interesting.
is
That'd be a great move. Make
We
it
went-
so fucking make it
How it
impossible
was.
to.
We ended up going to Mex
Yeah.
restaurant, and then a table of 4 sat down with us, and they had the same bracelets on. And it was like, you left the Taco Fest in Royal Oak. They're like, yeah, it was crazy. We couldn't, the lines were so long. It's like, it's exactly why we're here. So we all still wanted tacos. We all still wanted Mexican food.
Interesting.
But it was
I'll
like,
find
no,
out how that
we're never
pans
gonna get, So in that case, no, you wouldn't
Yeah.
be able to get
Yeah,
your
it's
money's
an
worth.
interesting wrinkle.
Yeah.
On that. It's
That's
not
what
whether
we
it's
ran
not whether,
into.
can you or are you able to? It's will they let you?
Will they allow it? Yeah. So we got an American Airlines passenger who goes by Courvoisier Cox.
Cavassier?
Yeah.
Cavassier Cox. Wow.
he's
That's a great porn name.
Yeah. Courvoisier Cox is a cocksucker. I'm going to go on record and say
All right.
that. I don't care.
Good.
He was caught pushing fellow travelers on his flight. He says he was prepared for white media to boycott him. Cox posted a series of videos on Instagram addressing the incident. was endlessly defiant. So let's go to the first video, T. So
this one's
that one's 4 minutes long. So we'll go to that one second. So go all the way to the left.
Oh, whoops, yeah.
Yeah, that one. And this one's only like a minute long. And this is him after the fact.
Oh, this one right here?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is Cavassier Cox?
Yeah. Kvass, I think his middle name is Loves. I think that's what it is. Cavassier loves Cox.
Okay.
Tell me if I'm wrong.
Passenger who shoved past others says he was what?
Tired.
Tired in his defense.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, another fucking round of Eat That Up. But I am here to not apologize to them at all. I am not sorry for any of my actions. My actions were intentional. Not only was they fucking intentional, my actions were based on their actions and the way that they treated me.
Were they?
So I do want to make a very fucking clear point to a lot of people that's in the comments. I'm not going to say their names because who the fuck are they?
Yeah,
but
who the fuck are you?
I want to make it clear that I do not go around just shoving women. That is not my intention. My intention that day was to say, excuse me, get off the plane, because I have spent all fucking day in travel. All fucking day in travel. I'm tired, and I'm not going to sit here and watch you pity and piss around while I am tired and ready to go home.
Aww.
Hello, everybody. I'm back, and let me tell you, this time it's real.
Do you agree with me? His middle name is Loves?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Cavassier loves Cox.
I was thinking, I thought it was Takes, but okay.
Yeah, Takes.
Yeah.
His middle name might be Takes.
Then I am about to be boycotted by every white media outlet in America.
Let's bring race into it.
They will be coming for me. And let me tell you,
I'm ready.
Every white media outlet. What's that leave? BET?
You know what?
What are we talking about here, Cavassier?
His middle name might be Satan.
For sure.
It's a little
French,
known Nigerian name.
Oh,
yeah, it's Nigerian.
Yeah.
Cavassier Satan Cox.
Yeah,
I believe that's what his name is. But
Sure.
anyway, so he's very
okay,
tired.
So he was tired.
Long day of travel.
Doesn't push women. You know, it's not his thing.
Nope.
He wanted to say excuse me and just move on with his day.
Yeah.
So that's
let's
where we're
watch
at.
the video of him on the airplane. So that was that one.
And then this one
Yeah.
is here. Okay, so let's see said incident. Correct?
Yep.
All right.
I understand that we're all are waiting, but well, that's not how I work.
I understand we're all waiting, but that's not how I work.
Well, I make the rules as I go. I don't know about you, but
I make rules as I go.
Guess what? And I'm breaking them right now too. Excuse me.
Oh my God.
Hey, boss.
Hey, we got a hostile one back here.
Yes.
A hostile one back here.
He's knocking people over.
Don't be rude to me, because one thing I can do is be rude back to you. Is what I
You
can
already
do.
are, you fucking piece of shit. Don't be rude to me because I can be rude back.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just take it down.
I am, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying she's
Let's
talking
just
I'm
take her down.
hostile.
Yeah, I am.
I didn't push no damn body. You want to stand in the way
But
like
you
you're a
did.
bodyguard. I moved you out my way is what I did.
Oh.
Have a great day. I love you. And I kiss it more and more and more. And kiss your tits too, baby. Yes.
Kiss your
Don't tell
tits
me
too,
to
babe.
Yeah, kiss my ass. I'll
That's,
kiss your
it's
tits
not
too.
worth it. It's not, because guess what? You think I look pretty, but you'll see the ghetto come out of me, darling.
Oh, I know. I can
Darling.
see that everywhere.
Yes, indeed. Thank you.
It is clear as the day.
Urban community.
One more person. Wow, you're going to get all frustrated.
I know. That is so amazing. Anybody who's drinking lunch with
Put your stuff in the aisle, and in the aircraft, we're going to have
I'm
a
so
priority
sorry.
use the
Listen,
flight.
let me tell you,
So
I'm so
please,
sorry. I
we have
didn't mean
arrived
to
at
do
Fort
that.
Lauderdale.
I didn't mean to. She bumped into me. She wanted to stay in the way.
Blaming everyone
I pushed
around.
her into you. It's her fault.
We're going to deplane the
Wake up
aircraft
in the state.
And don't worry,
in a
authorities will
very
be waiting for
civilized, polite
Cavassier.
manner. Welcome to Fort Lauderdale.
Mr. Cox.
Very much. Polite manner, ma'am. Yes, I can be really ignorant. Probably ain't seen nobody like me yet.
Yeah.
Oh, you
It's
have?
not something to be
Guess what? I
proud
see
of,
more people
pal.
like
Yeah,
you,
exactly.
Karen.
This
More
chick is
people
like,
like
just
you.
stop it.
Yeah. And he's going to bring the race card. He's going to call her a Karen.
Do we?
Yes, darling, I get paid to be on TV. So, yeah.
Get paid to be on
I can act just
TV.
as well as you can.
I'm having fun.
I love it. And I can buy you all drinks and dinner if you're ready. You know, if you want to go to pick your restaurant, I buy it. Pick my card. Hello. I'm not gonna just I'm not gonna step. But sure, want me to help you? Okay, well sit down. Hello, how you doing? Make sure you follow me on Instagram.
Don't blur that
I
out.
don't know
Fucking
that Karen was such an
actually,
asshole.
that's
Good
my
move.
favorite fucking part of this whole thing.
Yeah.
That they do not play that. They blurred that part out. God bless. Thank whoever
That's
did
what she
that.
told me. But guess what?
Absolutely no free plugs.
I make the rules as I go.
I make the
Don't
rules.
forget to
as I
shout
go.
my brand.
Yeah, your brand.
You gonna still record?
Vinegar and fucking water. You
This lady right
douche.
here got a phone. Cameras are always watching, darling. Always professional.
So be sure to.
Oh no, they didn't catch me. They didn't catch me when I did it. But they called it. Hello. I hope you did. And don't forget to put me on World Star Instagram, Facebook. I'm all there.
I'm so.
Huh?
You're not worth it.
It's not worth it.
You're not.
I'm an African American, darling.
So?
I'm always worth
No,
it.
you're not. You're rude, abrupt.
I'm a rude, I'm
Black
ignorant, I'm urban, I'm everything that you don't want me to be.
Black
And guess
man.
what? Your camera, darling.
I don't care that you're urban or black or
You're
a flaming homo. You're an
douchebag.
asshole.
Asshole for fucking.
You're an asshole for no
Stand
reason.
in the herd line like everybody else. You're not
go.
fucking
You give me a
special.
good drink,
And the
I'll
best
show you
part of
more.
this, though, is that
She want to record?
you moved up one row.
Yeah,
Hey,
one space.
Cavassier, Senior Cox.
Yeah.
You moved up one row and are now still just standing there.
Yeah.
What did you do? What did you accomplish, you fucking clown?
Yeah, and not to mention this privileged superstar, you know,
Oh, yeah, I get
who
paid
can,
to be on TV.
He gets paid. He can buy everybody drinks and dinner.
Yeah.
Then why are you sitting in the back coach
Exactly.
on a fucking American?
You want to be the
Airlines
first
flight?
one off, then buy a
Badass.
fucking seat in the first row, which
buy
is what
first
I
class. Or fucking go on a private jet, tough guy, badass.
do. Yeah, right. That's why his video is him walking outside of a fucking discount mall.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, outside of a Big Lots shooting
Yeah.
his video, his
Yeah.
apology video.
The problem is we've so as a society over rewarded this obnoxious behavior.
It's true, man.
This guy is an entitled, privileged fucking homo.
Yeah.
That's what he is, and he's a bully. He's a bully who leans on the fact that he's gay, that leans on the fact that he's black.
Yep.
He's calling everybody Karens around him, and I'm an entertainer. No, you are not an entertainer, sir.
you're-
Prince was an entertainer. Michael Jackson was an entertainer. You, sir, are an asshole looking for clicks. That's why you're going out. Michael Jackson doesn't need to sit on a crowded plane and tell people what his handle is on Twitter, darling.
Yeah.
No, fucker, you're not an entertainer at all.
So, homie, getting fucking, was this just viral?
Yeah.
Was there no, like, charges or anything or anything out of it? He's just a fucking piece of shit.
Just a piece of shit.
Yeah. I actually feel bad that we gave him any fucking time
I know.
whatsoever. I feel bad that I spoke his name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although Satan was a nice touch.
Thank you.
Well done.
Kvasi sits on Cox.
Well done,
Thanks,
sir.
sir. Thank you.
Well done.
Yeah. Controversial bill, of course.
Bill
in New York
O'Reilly?
City.
Bill Clinton?
No, not those.
Bill
ones.
Cosby?
Nope. There's a lot of controversial bills. Holy shit.
Right off the top of my head.
Mahalski?
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
no, he's not controversial whatsoever. Right down the middle, that guy. Steady as a rock.
There's a new bill protecting the fatties.
I'm only a bill. Yes, I'm
only
only
a
a
bill.
bill. And I'm sitting
Here on Capitol Hill. So, fat people from weight discrimination around New York City. It's passed this bill, which was signed into law by New York City Mayor Eric Adams this month, would outlaw discrimination on the basis of a person's weight or height in employment. Isn't there already that? Can't you not go, oh, God, you're disgusting to look at? No, I'm not hiring you.
Yeah, I thought so.
I don't think you can do that.
Well, what about Hooters?
Yeah, but didn't they have to hire a dude
Yeah.
to wear the skirt?
Wasn't it your
around
ass
there?
had to sit on the stool? That was the hiring practice. Like you had to sit on the stool and your
Fair.
ass couldn't hang over the side
Fair.
over it.
We're all there to gawk at semi-hot chicks.
Yeah.
Like, that's what this is. It's the same as a strip club. Nobody wants a fucking
Right.
ton of fun dancing on a fucking pole.
I mean, you can throw one in for that guy.
yeah, there's
once
the
in a
freak.
while, but
There's
yeah,
that guy.
Exactly. You got to cater to all.
But send him, what's the black club?
Which one?
The strip club, isn't there like down on 8 Mile or whatever?
Yeah, all of them.
All Stars.
What the fuck?
All Stars. You send,
That's the black one.
yeah. Well,
Driven down 8 Mile lately.
maybe
my
there's
man?
more, but All Stars I think of, and it's like, yeah, if you want to put a pile of fat white chicks in there,
Yeah.
let the guys go nuts for them.
right,
All
right,
right,
yeah,
fine.
exactly.
Yeah. But at most strip clubs, maybe that freak exists that wants a big ton of fun chick, but
Yeah.
for the most part,
Give
No.
her the Tuesday afternoon shift.
yeah, exactly. Tuesday midday. She's opening the fucking floor. So let's see here. It's already triggered outrage, this bill, claiming it will empower people to sue anyone and everything. Councilman Sean Abreu, he's one of the bill's main sponsors, said he realized weight discrimination was a silent burden after he was treated differently when he gained more than 40 pounds during lockdown. Oh, so you're going to make it everyone else's problem that you piled on 40 pounds during lockdown.
Step away from the Twinkies, sir.
Oh, my God. The bill had the support of charities and activists like self-styled fat fab feminist Victoria Abraham. Here's what I would ask fat fab feminist. If you could snap your fingers and be thin, would you? Or would you just continue to be fat and fabulous?
Well, that's there. You'll probably get different answers from 10 years ago to now.
Yeah. Well, now they can use it as a crutch to, I don't know, get a modeling contract. So maybe you're right. It is set to include a defense for employers where consideration of height and weight was reasonably necessary for the normal operations of a job. I'm assuming they're talking about the Hooters and strip clubs of the world.
Yeah, probably. I'm looking for Victoria. And there's a.
She could just going to be a monster.
It must be different ones.
Yeah.
Because that ain't a monster.
No.
And that's I don't. I
Victoria Abram. Type in fat fab feminist.
Abram.
Yeah.
I had Abraham. Okay.
Oh, it is Abraham. Abraham.
Yeah.
Make sure you type in fat fab feminist.
Okay, hold on. Let me get that in there because.
Yeah. Because there's probably a lot of Victoria Abrahams. It sounds like a hot chick name, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
no, that was. Yeah, I was. Okay, this looks way.
Let me see this behemoth.
This looks way more appropriate.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
No, you're awesome,
Yeah.
sweetheart.
Yep.
Nothing here. So you've stuffed yourself your entire life to look like that humgorous pile of shit.
Now we got there.
No offense.
Now we got there.
Yeah.
Hey, and fine, biggin. Hey.
Yeah,
you know,
great. Good for you. But you don't get to shame the rest of us for
Right.
whatever. Like if I'm sitting next to you on a plane, that is a problem. You
It's gonna be
have turned yourself into a problem for me to deal with.
Yeah, your forearm's gonna be sweaty by the end of
Oh
the day.
my God!
Oh.
There's no chance of we're having the armrest down in
No,
between us.
I mean
not
like
a
just
chance.
sitting. Yeah, exactly. There is no armrest.
No,
The armrest
swallowed
disappeared.
up. Yeah.
The armrest is in between fold 4 and 5.
Miss Abraham said she's tired of being discriminated against with no recourse. Nah, there's no recourse for society to deal with you either. In most places in the U.S., you can get fired for being fat and have no protection at all, which is crazy because this is a very fat country. Yeah, well,
Well-
you're not helping it out. That's not something to be proud of.
No, but listen, I mean, but being fat shouldn't be a fireable offense.
No, and I
either.
don't think it
If
is.
you're capable of doing your job, you should be able to do your job.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
I
But,
agree with you.
Are you going to be, slinging Victoria's Secret? Maybe not. May not be the.
Show me the boss that
May not be working at Hooters.
Yeah.
Again, but that doesn't mean that those are the only jobs that you're, qualified for either.
show me the boss who has this thing working at a cubicle and has fired her strictly because she was fat.
Right.
Like, it's so painful to look at your disgusting Slavic self.
Just can't take it
I
anymore.
can't take it. You're fired.
Right.
Show me that one, and now you've got a discrimination lawsuit. But it doesn't mean you can be a lazy piece of shit throughout your entire existence and then act like,
And just be the victim.
oh, yeah, well, it's because I'm fat. Okay, did someone say that to you, or you just, or were you a shitty employee, but you don't want to admit it? I don't know which it is.
Oh, man, look at that. I mean, if that's not a boner killer, I don't know what it is right there, buddy.
Fuck's sakes, yeah. I mean, someone's going to take it home.
I like them real thick and juicy. I like them.
Ice-T can have them.
That's fucking Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Oh,
Sir.
that's Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Sir.
Well, Ice-T likes
I'm sure he's black.
yeah.
Big white women. Don't they all?
the National Association for the Advancement of.
Bigots.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say colored people.
Oh, no.
Isn't that usually how that goes? The National Association for the Advancement of Fat Acceptance.
Bigots.
Yeah. Director Tegan Leckler, I'm assuming that is a ton of fun, Ms. Tegan Leckler, said she hoped the legislation would encourage a larger conversation. I would say a fatter conversation, a more robust conversation would be in order of framing this beyond health. It's not a health issue. Are you sure about that? You sure it's not a health issue?
Yeah.
I know, whatever you got to say to make yourself feel better, that's fine, but don't act like this isn't a health issue. It's not a health issue. It's a civil rights issue. No, being targeted for being black, not being able to get a mortgage because you're black, not being able to shop for a house in certain communities because of over redlining in districts is a civil rights issue.
Yep.
Not being able to eat lunch at a counter in a certain fucking restaurant is a civil rights issue.
Being cut off from an all-you-can-eat buffet?
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Okay, the once a year when that happens somewhere, fine.
Is it a civil rights issue?
No, it's not. It's a health issue. And this, to act like it's insulting to the civil rights movement.
It is.
When telling people you can only use this fountain, or you can only go to this school, or you can only go eat at this countertop. Fuck you. That's a civil rights issue, right?
Yes.
You being disgustingly gorging yourself. And I'm part of the community, so I can say this.
Yeah. You got your fat card, too?
Yeah, I should.
Just cross out the G, make it a T.
Yeah. But, just being a disgusting Slavic mess does not mean that you are somehow part of this, all-power fucking civil rights movement. Get over yourself. Yep. Stop it. You're an embarrassment. Just stop. New York's human rights law already bars discrimination in housing, the workplace, and public accommodation based on 27 characteristics.
Oh, boy.
Including age, marital status, disability, national origin. The bill adds weight and height to that list while including exceptions for jobs which weight and height are a bona fide occupational qualification. They say if people this is really about if people are safe and protected to have the right to be in spaces. Yeah, unless you hog all the spaces.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
There's no room for anybody else.
Yeah. I've been on the plane with you people.
This was the original Victoria Abraham, by the way.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't see her being a champion for the cause of the Bigans.
No.
So I was conflicted.
There's not even a potential car fox issue here.
No. That's good head to toe.
Yeah. All right, let's do a couple emails to you, and then we'll get you on the road.
Yeah, I gotta
Celebrate Mom's Day.
Indeed.
Okay. Know your audience. Cult leader and liberal sidekick.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
There you go.
Hey, we cater to everybody there.
I try to. Know your audience. Mr. Mike Massey threw a middle finger to the entire TDC clan. When called out, his apology was the most half-assed thing I've ever seen. Fuck him. He blocks White Oprah. We block him. On a side note, cult leader, whenever talking to a libtard and the conversation goes to the trans community, can you stop bringing up that you have trans listeners and have had a he, she in studio? It's starting to sound like a nervous white guy who says I have a black friend in race discussion. Love always. I think it is important to say if you have a black friend. If you're going to call someone a fucking racist, if you truly mean that, they don't have a black friend. Yeah. Same thing as going, yeah, it's important to point out that there are trans people that listen to this show and understand what we're talking about and feel like you don't speak for all of them. I think that's important to point out. So, no, I will not stop pointing that out. And I will continue to read their emails and their texts when they write me.
Sure.
I'm proud to have them do it.
It just makes me laugh because that's what it reminds me of every time.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
I have a black friend. I'm not racist.
Yeah. I would say that's probably a pretty good argument if you have black friends that you're not a racist. But that's just
generally speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Hitler had a lot of black friends or Jew friends.
Probably not too many Jews for sure.
Yeah. And blacks. I think he was torching blacks too.
Just couldn't find any or what?
Yeah. I don't know.
All right.
Movie suggestions. The Baytown Outlaws.
Okay.
Never heard of it.
Nope.
Fantastic shoot 'em up movie. All-star cast. Billy Bob Thornton plays the bad guy. He even does a great Brad Pitt joke. You will enjoy it. All right.
All right, noted.
I will add that to the list.
There you go. You get a
all
weekend full of watching.
Yeah, sure do. I watched Air last night.
Oh, good.
I really liked
That's
it.
perfect. I didn't have to.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked Air. It's about the early on struggle for Nike to land someone like Michael Jordan coming out of North Carolina and then launch this global empire. It's great. I enjoyed it a lot.
It's Affleck and Damon.
Yep.
And,
And Jason Bateman.
Bateman, yeah.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. And Viola Davis plays Jordan's mom.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. It's on Amazon Prime.
All right.
For free. It's been in
Would my
theaters.
mother enjoy it?
Sure.
Is it not?
It's not like overly racy or anything like that. It's
wouldn't
just
think
the
so.
story about them
Yeah.
landing.
Well, we're always looking for stuff, what to watch.
I enjoyed it.
Good.
So
Yeah,
I think
maybe
you
we'll
would.
take it in this weekend while I'm down there.
Yeah, give it a shot. Sure. I think you'd like it. All right, with that, we'll call it a day. I don't know if we're going to be able to do extra content maybe on Sunday.
Maybe we'll try and get something if I get back
Yeah,
in time. If
it's-
not, I apologize, people. And hey, blame my mom. She's the one that shipped me out.
Yeah.
It's her fault, not
There
mine.
you go. There you go. All right, everybody, have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for tuning into the show, and we will be back next week with all new episodes. We'll see you then.